Hello and welcome to my video about my journey regarding doing the Longest Day Challenge 2025 in aid of cancer research. I'm doing this journey, I'll go more into about what it actually entails, but I'm doing this journey because I have lost too many people to cancer, family and friends. I lost my mother in 2017 to ovarian cancer. She was lucky at the end in some ways because she had the best care possible by being in St Richard's Hospice. For that I did the Welsh 3000 walk to raise money for them. Her passing was, I can only call it horrific, to be fair, both visually and mentally to myself and family. I then lost a good friend, Jess, to pancreatic cancer. I only known Jess for a short period of time, a fellow bike enthusiast, but his illness again was short and very painful for his family, his wife, and friends to watch. I then lost my dog, Joey, a boxer. He was old anyway, but unfortunately cancer took him. I then last year lost my father to cancer within his hip bones and his spine. Misdiagnosed, like my mother, for too long, and eventually when they found out what the diagnosis actually was, it was too late. And again, seeing him deteriorate was horrendous. Then that's not it. Just around Christmas time, last Christmas, a friend in the village, Jenny, she had a very aggressive cancerous growth and it took her within 3 months, much to the surprise and horror of all the family and friends. That was pretty shocking, to be fair. 1 in 2 of us will get a form of cancer. Those stats are horrendous. They're virtually mind-blowing, really. My aim of doing this is I would like to think that I can help cancer research develop ways of diagnosing issues earlier on, so then you can get the help that you need with the treatments available. We all know somebody who has passed or is living with cancer or the shadow of. If I can give up a day of my time and have a day of uncomfort and, you know, pay to do it out of my own pocket and get you lot to help me along the way by donating to cancer research, it's a little thing. It's just a little thing that I can do in what is essential, and hopefully I can make a small difference along with 40 odd other riders who are doing the same thing, because we believe in the same reason that we can make a difference. This is an event that's done every year, organised and with different riders. Some of the riders have done it now for a couple of years, but I'll now go into what the journey actually entails. As you're probably guessing by now, this is low budget. So the ride itself, we are starting at Land's End at 4 AM on Saturday the 21st of June, and we will be finishing up here at John O'Groats, hopefully within 24 hours. The journey itself changes every year, but The main thing of this is it doesn't include any of the arterial motorways, anything that is designated as a motorway. So all we can use is A and B roads. It will involve going through obviously the centre of the country, which will involve going through cities. So there's a lot of brake and clutch work. With this, obviously, there is the increased danger of road conditions, other traffic, mechanical failure from the bike because you're asking it to accelerate, slow down, clutch. It's not like sitting on the motorway and just going into autopilot and just sticking to a couple of lanes. It is going to be very telling on the body with fatigue, and on the motorbike, as I said. The last part of the journey will involve going through Scotland in total darkness, as we were going through the Highlands. Yeah, as I've heard stories of people avoiding stags, etc., and the wildlife, who don't expect to see 40 odd motorbikes at various times coming through. Yeah, that will be a challenge in itself. The motorbike itself, let's have a look at. So meet Albert II. He's called Albert II because somebody else already has an Albert who is doing the trip. Albert II is a Triumph Sprint 955 ST 1999 T-Reg bike with a mileage of 64,000 miles. Albert has had 12 owners and was basically not being used by his last owner due to ill health. I purchased Albert for £600. His outside condition is fairly immaculate really for the year of bike and the mileage it's done. Never been dropped, but he has been stood for a period of time. Because he's been stood for a period of time, I've had to go through and replenish some of the brake seals, change all the fluids. Some of the vacuum hoses have perished, and yeah, I think that's more or less been it. There was a brake switch issue. I've upgraded the lights to include some LED lights there to help with seeing in night time conditions in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, basically I'm really chuffed with Albert II. As you can see with the stickers, people have donated already. I've put a message out saying if you would like somebody's name to go on the bike, either as a memory to someone lost to cancer or to celebrate somebody who has survived cancer, it will be an honour and a privilege to carry their name with me. The yellow denotes people that survived, and the aqua green, unfortunately, are those that have not. I have a few events where I'm going to be attending to hopefully get more sponsorship in the weeks to come. The challenge is 13 weeks away, slightly nervous. Thanks for watching. I would also like to add why or how I got to know about this. Basically, I saw a video by Dave Hawson, who is a constant supporter of this ride and raising funds for cancer research. He did it a few years ago, and he supported the event in between, doing some of the pit stops as well. I told my dad before he passed that I wanted to do this to raise money in his memory. If you feel the same urge, the same need, look the guys up on the Longest Day ride and get in touch with them. They will then put you on a list, and then if you're lucky enough to be selected around the other side of Christmas, you'll get a notification, and then you will basically be asked to pay part of the money for the hotels that are needed for the accommodation. Then obviously you're given your Just Giving details, and then you have the support and the knowledge from the team and from other guys that are doing it within a WhatsApp group to go out there, hassle people, not hassle, that's the wrong word, request from people or make the people aware of what you're doing, in the hope that people will dig into their pockets and fund or help fund, or I don't know the right terminology, basically sponsor you to do this ride. I've been astounded by the donations I've had off family and friends, without any social media as such, only a few posts on Facebook. Already I'm over £3,000, because that just shows you the immense depth of feeling this cause has for so many people, and hopefully we'll beat it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.